Leave me Michael, Red Ice Crew, alongside KRYS. We so overload up here.
When we touch the road, we going overload. Don't matter hold me back, Canada back on track. We going all out, going all out, going all out. When we touch the road, we going overload. Don't matter hold me back, Canada back on track. We going all out, going all out, going all out.
Full of vibes, sexy girl them can wine. Look at the sun and mass, everybody put your hands high. Girl go down, go down, girl go down, go down, girl go down, go down and stop. Girl back it up, me when you back it up, and me back it up and now drop. Boy, me girl who tell me sexy, me feel cadencé. Come out here with a risky baby, pas j'ai arrêté. Pas j'ai arrêté.
When we touch the road, we going overload. No matter hold me back, Canada back on track. We going all out, going all out, going all out. When we touch the road, we going overload. No matter hold me back, Canada back on track. We going all out, going all out, going all out.
Of course, it's all about late night interviews, and we are honored to have the one and only, the myth, not the legend yet. I don't know the legend yet, because it's the first term. So I should say, the minister of everything, and that is, of course, Minister of VSA, Omar Ottley.
Thank you. Good day, Andrew.
How you doing?
Good day, late night viewers. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a beautiful scenery. I wish you could see the scenery behind us. It just feels good. I like this vibe, a different vibe.
Yes.
Free up.
Get you relaxed so that you could answer all my questions.
This is a stage?
This is the setup. This is it.
Right at the right time.
Now, what you've been up to? You recently had to hand over the mantle back to an actual minister. You've been doing both of it beforehand. Yeah. You missed it already or not yet?
Yeah, I do. You know me, I'm a work hard. So now I have some free time on my hand. Not a lot. And it's what to do. But no. In all seriousness, being the minister of both, two-cap minister, it allows me to act faster. You discuss with yourself.
Yeah.
You're the minister of tourism, the minister of health, and you're able to handle a lot of things. We made a lot of progress. As you can see, the airports are full. Cruise lines are coming back. The articles were there. You saw the proof is in the pudding. So it was a good run, a good experience.
The hospital.
Straight to it, huh?
You know me.
Yeah.
What happening? I mean,
okay.
And I know you gave a timeline of how it was before to how it is now, but at the end of the day, you're responsible.
Correct.
So what's happening?
Correct. And I take that responsibility. The timeline that I gave was not me shifting responsibility. So persons may try to twist it. But the timeline that I gave was showing that I accept the responsibility, I accept the challenge and what I've accomplished in that time frame. So the hospital itself, right? And I want to be clear. And when I give this history, it's not passing the buck, because like you said, I'm here now. VAMID won the hospital bid. For whatever reasons, the powers that be did not want VAMID. So it was instituted, let's do INZO. There was a court case in which millions was paid out to VAMID before a groundbreaking, before anything. Millions were paid to drop the suit. Here we have INZO, many members of parliament, many people from the Council of Ministers, ministers from the then Council of Ministers had issues with INZO and their financial situation. I say INZO because FinZO is now the company that took it over. So this was all before my time. Hence, now we had the hurricane. We had to go back to the drawing board, redesign, make it stronger. That caused an inflation as well. After the hurricane, there was a ceremonial groundbreaking in 2018. And then 2019, the official signing was to finish. So you hear where we at now, from 2016 when they started the hospital to 2019 when the official
groundbreaking
being signed. After that, now it's no secret. Here comes COVID-19. We all knew inflation took place during COVID-19. Everything went up, ironically, when everything was shut down. But shipping and everything, because of the logistics and how hard it was for movement, everything went up. Here comes the war in Ukraine, the war in Russia. Inflation went up. It's listed. Construction material went up by over 30% worldwide. So what happened was Finzo now, when I got in, Finzo took over Inzo. There was discussion of bank accounts and financial issues. I immediately pulled everyone in the room. They called the bank. I don't get involved with the figures, but they called the bank in front of me. The bank said yes, they are waiting to complete their bank account. Right? So that was happening. The bank account was signed. Now Finzo was established here, and they're saying the amount that we bid for, of course, with all the inflation, can no longer complete the hospital. So, example, I just want to break it down in simple terms. I have 10 square meters of land that I want to pour with concrete. I bid $10 per square meter. That's $100 for me to do this. Based on materials and increase around the world, for me to pour this today is $30. So therefore, it would be what? $300. So this was the issue that Finzo was saying. We can go ahead with the work, but we are constantly losing. I understand as a contractor, as an ex-contractor myself, and as a prior businessman, I understand the logistics between the two.
What happened to the fail-safe? They don't have any fail-safe.
Okay, no. So how it is, right? And this is why it's good to know. People say, we're going to lose our money. SMMC pays only for what is carried out. Okay, so it's not no advance payment. So that's another thing. So Finzo was buying the material, buying the concrete, buying this, carrying out the job, and after the job is complete and inspected, then SMMC would cut a check. So Finzo is basically the one fronting the project, but they were not receiving back enough financially because of how the materials went up. Anyway, I'm happy to say that the Netherlands, they assisted us. They were supposed to give us 4 million euros extra. We had a meeting with them. After the meeting with them, they were very informed. They did their due diligence, and after that, they gave us not only the 4, but the entire 7 million that was needed. After doing their due diligence, which the Netherlands dig deep, we're happy to say that the 4th Amendment was approved. Finally, this week, the 4th Amendment to the contract was approved by the SMMC board and approved by Finzo. So now, once this contract is signed, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. But I told them I will not be doing no press release for that. What I will be doing is a video where Finzo themselves will tell the people who are saying, Martin, no, all the time what they've been telling me that they were waiting on this contract so that they can hire the locals and fill the job with 50 to 100 to 200 guys. Now they will have to say it with their own mouth.
Now, as far as the responsibility is concerned for the medical center, because a lot of people also don't know that the Council of Ministers or the minister himself is not the one that is executing the work. It's also the medical board, the board of the medical center.
Correct.
Because it's a government-owned.
Correct.
Yeah.
It brings me back to the discussion that you and Mr. Earl was having, where we blame government and never
everything.
The CEO or But again, once you sign up for this position, you take it. But definitely, we are not involved in the day-to-day runnings with the medical center. We are not. Unfortunately, we are just the ones that get the blame. And then with that, then we go in and try to see or fix the situation. As you know, the same situation recently.
With the ER.
With the ER. I didn't go there for that particular person or specific reason. I went there because I saw there were numerous complaints. So I went to see what is the issue and how can we combat this issue. And that's why I stated it's not all about the medical center. It's not all their fault because it's staffing, logistics, capacity, and those type of things that we are all working on. I'm working on the big legislation that would allow foreign doctors within a certain requirement criteria to be able to work in St. Martin. So those doctors that we send people to Santo Domingo and Colombia and stuff to operate, at the moment they can't work here.
Yeah.
So we're working on that legislation whereby once they meet the requirements, they can now work here. So we're in the final stages. I'll be traveling to Curacao real soon, where we will also sit with the Minister over there of Health and her staff to help us legislatively, to combine our legislative people and theirs to see how we can work on it together.
Bring it, and you see it being done before the end of the year?
Yeah, the law is such a process, and I want people to understand this process, please, because when you say things, they say you say it because election. The law is when you're making a law, you need to develop the law.
Yeah.
Legal consultants, then take it, send it to the SED.
Yeah.
SED takes their time because they're not only dealing with me, they answer back. When they answer back, if they have negative implications, we have to adjust. Then once we adjust, we send it to our council, the executing way. Once the executing way is through, they send it back. Then we send it to CALM. CALM approves, we send it to the Council of Advice. If the Council of Advice makes it negative, we have to adjust. Because if we don't adjust, His Excellency won't sign.
Correct.
So therefore, we adjust. And then once we adjust, then we take, because it's a law, we take it to Parliament.
Yeah.
There goes the debate.
Yeah. And if they have suggestions or they want to change, then it comes back in.
Then Parliament votes on it, and once Parliament vote, then we send it to His Excellency for ratification. So it's a process, but I can guarantee you it will get sent during my tenure.
Okay. As far as the minimum wage, the increase in the minimum wage, I know that...
Dum.
Exactly. Because we've been dealing with that. People have been complaining that some of the business owners are not respecting it. And of course, you said publicly many times to just go to the report it. Otherwise, we won't know.
I won't know.
Yeah. Have you been able to at least, check back with the Labor Department to see what improvements or what is being done to make sure that these business owners adhere to the new indexation?
What is very tricky, and I noticed this is not only with minimum wage, employees are afraid. They are often afraid to complain or make reports. They think that they're going to be penalized.
Yeah.
We have not received
many.
No, ironically. And I want the public to understand this, right? That the law is the law, and it is now written in stone. Your minimum wage has been increased. If you have not seen an increase, I clearly explain, please bring it to the attention of your employer if you don't want to go the extreme route. And if not rectified, please let us know. Because I'm not, although you call me minister of everything, that's a good thing and it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing because I get the blame for everything, even when it's not related to me.
Yeah.
So I can't control every business, every hotel, if I don't know. You understand? So once we know, then we are able to address the issue.
Of course, social projects.
Yes.
We can't forget that you're also the Minister of Social Affairs. And the basket of goods was one thing that you will be able to work on. But many people are saying that they're missing the social aspect from this government, especially after the pandemic. I guess they got a bit spoiled.
Can I?
Yeah, of course.
Because the social aspect, where do we start?
They got spoiled because, you had a lot of programs for families, for under income earners and so on. So, social issues, talk to me.
Okay, so first off, some of the things that we did, of course, during the social aspect, we did the home improvement project. This was a project that stemmed from 2017 that we got off the ground. We were able to help vulnerable groups, single mothers, elderly, and repair their home under the auspices of Community Development, Family, Humanitarian Affairs.
Yeah, I see that. Of course, doing a lot of work these days. Yeah.
We did a lot of community service, community days. The community days is not only a fun day. The community days is where we take the department and actually bring it to the community. So at the community days, besides the fun, you can actually learn how to register for social aid, medical aid, unemployment. All of those things are there at your fingertips where you can register on the spot. That's why we ask everyone to please come out and make use of the community day. Another thing that we did with the seniors, we did the computer program. That was something that was near and dear to me because right before my grandmother passed, that was a class she was taking in 2011, whereby she got the certificate after her death. So once this came about by the department, I definitely signed off. The seniors are very happy. We are in a tech-savvy world. We speak of the ability at the community desk we have open to seniors so they can go and register or do their taxes, their SZV for those who have that issue, those issues. What we have also done on the social side, you speak of the food basket increase from 12 to 7. We started the Get Fit program for persons, everyone, to start preventative planning. Those are things that we did. We established and facilitated the diabetic foot care for persons in need. So that was signed off. That was a big deal. We see surgeons speaking about diabetic foot care. So we took it up and we signed the MR. So what this will be, Andrew, is where men that have diabetic foot care would be able to do analysis yearly. But when there's an issue, then they would take you and work with you to help prevent amputations. You understand? Okay. We did a lot. We signed off on the bilateral agreement with Red Cross. Of course, you know, at that time, like you said, we got spoiled, but we fought and signed off on that to extend. One thing I wanted to correct you though, you said I'm not over the ambulances. We're going to talk about that one too.
Yeah, I thought, no, you know what? I got it wrong. I got it wrong. Because I thought it was under general affairs, but no, it was actually yes.
Yes. So we're doing a lot of social activities and a lot of things that are coming. We're actually working on a program for inmates, because now once you're in justice care, you belong to them once you come out. So we're working now to put together a computer class for newly released inmates or ex-cons and create, I want to say, it's not a customer care base, but it's to teach you how to act, you know? Teach you how to improve your employment skills, your skills to get a job, and those types of stuff. Your interview skills.
Yeah, so like a reintegration into the...
So we're working on that as well.
Okay. But you didn't answer my question as far as programs or anything benefits for those homes that cannot afford, you know, low-income housing. Anything, any plans? Because the food voucher program, for example, is something that you know, people do miss.
Correct. So, one thing, you didn't ask that question. Now I'm going to answer your question. So some of the things that we can do, I can only do things within the realm. So one of the aspects was, of course, the first step was to increase minimum wage. That was to increase their, you know, their ability, their buying power. The next step what we're doing is increasing the pension. Okay?
Yeah. Yes, let's talk about that. Because
let's talk about that. Right? Next step is to increase the pension. So that will also increase the spending power. So we work within groups. We are working at this moment, I hate to say it, but at this moment we're analyzing, because of the increase of minimum wage, there might need to be an increase in financial aid. Okay?
Yeah.
The ministry is also working on what you call a rental subsidy and an unemployment fund.
Oh.
Okay? Those are things that are already in progress. Work group already made. Legals are already assigned to each of those targets. But I'm working.
Yeah.
The thing is, you have to be so careful when you say you're doing things, because now we're going to talk about the pension, which is something that people want things for now. But just know, say, Martin, I am working. So we are working on those things to assist on a social level. But I don't want to make our people dependent
on social.
So
you always say that. You always
social needs to be to get you through a hard time.
Yeah. And then
move on, because we get to, I don't want to make my people dependent.
Yeah. The pension, of course, you know, they said that, you know, pension was increased, but it's not, it's not, nothing's happening. They were lied to.
Yes, correct.
Is that true?
No. So, Andrew, of course, stem back before my time again, but I'll take the challenge and I fix it. The legislation specifically states we have to use August CPI. We no longer use, we use quarterly CPIs. Okay? And we sent for the increase, and of course the Council of Advice, they advised based on the legislation, if this is approved, we're going against the legislation. I tried to see if I can extract August CPI, couldn't. We called the Netherlands, they couldn't. No one does it anymore. The Netherlands, St. Martin, we use quarterly. Now, for that reason, we have to change the legislation itself. We sent it to the SED, it came back from the SED positively. Now it was approved by the Council of Ministers and is currently at the Council of Advice.
Yeah.
Once it comes back from the Council of Advice, we will then send to Parliament for handling.
Okay.
So I have taken the correct steps. Now, this is the big thing. Why did Minister Ottley announce or have SFA announce in January when he knew it wasn't going to happen?
Yeah.
In the law, it specifically states that in order to receive retroactive payment, it can only be done on a special circumstance. What is that circumstance? The minister announced the increase.
Okay.
That is why. So therefore, this law, based on the trajectory, looks like it will pass maybe around April, May. But then what would have happened is you would have only got your increase from
then on.
Then.
Not
But
retroactive.
because of Minister Ottley and SZV announcing it, what will happen, Andrew? Maybe
From January, yes, I
they'll
get it.
accept it from you now.
I see you put it. Okay, all right. You can chew off, guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's good because, look, we're going into a political year.
Yeah, I know.
So everything I do,
Yeah.
everything I do,
yeah.
let me tell you one more thing
Yeah.
before we go too far. And I said this on the other radio station. I just wanted to bring this up. In 2008, the minimum wage was increased. So from 2008 to 2013, the minimum wage went from $7.96 to $8.33. This was an increase of 37 cents. From 2013 to 2014, it went from $8.33 to $8.56. This was an increase of 23 cents.
Yeah.
From 2014 to 15, it was increased by 19 cents. From 2016, it went to $8.83, which was an increase of 8 gilla cents. I speak of, people. Nothing happened. In 2020, it was increased by 1
cent.
gilla cents, which equals 0.005 US cent. Nobody made a sound. If you add those years up from 2008 to then, it was a total increase of 0.79 cents. I increased the minimum wage by 1 gilla and 11 cents. The total increase is more than all those years combined.
Yeah.
Now, right, granted, it's a formula that is used. I can say I want minimum wage to be 14 gillas. When I send it to the SED, they can come back negative. When I send it to the Council of Advice, they can come back negative. And if His Excellency, let's just say, well, then the law will not pass.
Yeah, because based on what?
It's based on logistics. You have the Council of Advice, which is the Socio-Economic Council, which is business partners and the union representatives. Because to raise the minimum wage substantially can cause mass layoffs.
Yeah.
People are going to start to say, well, I can't afford. So that's why it's done based on a formula, not based on what Minister Ottley wanted to do. I just took the mantle and did what wasn't done for all of these years. Okay? If I should take the blows for it, I'll take the blows. But guess what? From going from 1,500 gillas to 1,723 gillas, it's a plus. It's an increase in the household, and I'm happy for it.
It is something.
I'm very happy.
As far as labor is concerned, you're also in charge of labor. The unemployment level, from since you were there to now, have you been able to at least tap into
if there's a decrease,
yes, a decrease or increase when it comes to the unemployment? Because I know that you've tried.
Yeah.
Many times with job fairs, you even compelled companies to hold job fairs. But at the same time, nobody shows up. So do we have an unemployment problem, or do we have, are we just lazy? I don't want to say it like that, but
so what happened is, contrary to what people believe, Ministry of TIAT decides with unemployment. They have those figures. What we look at is job seekers. But what we do realize though, Andrew, there's a big disparity between what our people are seeking and what is available.
Okay.
Our people mostly want administrative and office jobs. What is available, they don't want. And I'll tell you something, Mr. Martin. If we want that, we want that. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't want to create that dependency where they feel that, well, I want to do this and I ain't gonna do nothing else. I'm gonna suck salt until I get that opportunity. No, let's take what we have. Let's help. It can help you. It can help your family. It can help someone. And let's make do. But I can only create the opportunities. I cannot make no one show up.
And that's why you always tell people, if they're unemployed, go register.
Yes.
Because many people are saying they got no jobs out there, but they're not registered at the labor department.
No.
So, right?
They're not registering. So then guess what? We're in a situation like the Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
Now they try to say, the minister said 1,000 jobs.
Yeah.
And thus far, I gave the number in Parliament. I can't even remember, but I don't want to say it. But they blame the minister, but it's not the minister. The opportunity was there, or it was there, and you know, sometimes that's where I get the name, because I be frank with people. I be frank with our politicians, and I mean our people of the country, and I tell them, if you're looking for false promises, it was never going to be me. But I'm going to do my best to create the opportunities, and I think I have done a great job doing that thus far.
Elections 2024. Of course, you with the green machine.
Yeah. You say of course?
I say of course. I don't know. Drink a drink. Okay. So, are you with the green machine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
I'll tell you why. We can speak of the leader, and they can speak of him in a negative light. You know, people just be like, Rolando, and then I say, I want the plane to pass so we can hear this good. Then I say, what about Rolando? But why? And they can't tell me.
They can't tell you. They just don't like.
You know what it was? Is he perfect? No. But with him, I know what I got. I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
So, therefore, for now, right now at this moment, I am sticking. I am there. I'll be deputy leader. I'll be a number 2 candidate. I don't know if I can say that, but deputy leader means number 2. And we are bringing change. We are bringing about adding that social aspect to the party as well. And that what was missing. The core values of the party was stay there.
Yeah.
The economic value, but there was missing that social aspect to say yeah. But I can tell you this. He stood up for me when they tried to stop me from being a minister.
Yeah.
He stood there, he said, no, I believe in you, and this is what we're gonna do, we're gonna fight it. And I was the first person
yes, I remember.
in the kingdom to pull through. So people that stick with me, I stick with them. You know? And until Rolando shows me something that I don't know, what I know.
Yeah.
And he's working on it. He showed, and if you go in Parliament, laws, proposals, this, that, Rolando.
Yeah.
So his personal life, we're working on that, and he's working on that. But his work ethic, you cannot dispute it.
Can't dispute it. All right. And as far as person, you know, looking at the party in a new light, of course, you want people to give them a chance, right? The new United People's Party.
Correct. Look, everyone that you know, if you believe in, I know that we often want things now. Look at what we have put in. Look at the work we have carried out, you know? And I can say...
With the limited...
and they say, don't pat myself on the back, but self-love is the best love, right?
Of course.
Carrying out 2 ministries, that wasn't easy. People may think it's easy, but it wasn't easy. So I think that I can bring that new sense of confidence. I think that when I join the list, a lot of people are like, where he going? You know, and I think all of that is out the window. And give the party a chance. And I can tell you, right, if there's something a discrepancy that cannot be fixed, then I would be forced to come here and say, well, Andrew, I am going my different way. I said, you know, I'm sticking with the leader. But for now, I don't see no reason. And trust me, with the new candidates that are there, I see everybody releasing, right?
Yeah, everybody launching.
It's okay.
That's all right.
Wait. So you guys, Andrew, my dear, see the color?
No.
Wait. I ain't gonna be surprised. No, but I'm so confident.
Yeah.
I'm so confident, and I think that I know that we're gonna be back in, and the people have seen the work that I have put in, and I know that I'll be back.
Minister Omar Ottley, Deputy Leader. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, Late Night Show with Andrew Dick. We'll be right back.